some candles. I need some candles. I'm about to back this camera up just a little bit. Okay. For those of you who are watching the replay, this is a live video. So that's why I'm sitting here waiting for all of our lovely people to come in and join. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you guys. Good checking in. Good to see you guys. Check it in. Hey, hey, good evening. Hello, hello. I'm just watching the people come on in. Hello, Miss Wright. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I have not been using my channel. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Demita. What's going on, Demita? How you been? How Philly been treating you? Let's see. All right, I'm gonna let this load up. Okay. I'm waiting. She said, losing my mind. Why you losing your mind? Why are you losing your mind? Hey, how you doing? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Before I go into talking, I have not got on this channel in a while and went live. And so I'm going to make just a few announcements before I go all the way into the video. For those of you who know, this weekend, how you doing, Miss Pam? This weekend we have an R10 class where you learn how to make a 10 successfully. This is a 10 I've been burning, honey. I've been burning these 10s all the way down to the end. This thing is all the way almost going. I've been burning this thing down. It smells so good. This was like one of my best investments because I didn't realize that 10s have such a great hot throw because you got the wax, you got the fire from the wick heating up, and you got the metal. So all of that together as one is, I'm telling you, it's just awesome, awesome, awesome. So you will learn how to make a 10 successfully. You don't have to worry about, oh, you know, is it going to be a smooth top? So if you go in the link in the description box, you'll see like the live classes and you'll learn how to make them. If you can't get your 10s before Saturday, just come to take notes. Come to take notes. If you guys noticed on my website, I got all of the classes down there. There's no early bird or anything because all of these classes been sitting on there for quite some time. But you guys know you will come and you'll successfully walk out of there with a skill. You know, you'll actually know how to make a real candle. And it won't be like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and you're not getting a hot throw or, you know, anything like that. We don't make no candles that you don't get hot throw. We don't do that. I teach you exactly what you need. And that way when you get off, you'll be nice, smooth, and successful. Okay, so you have some nice smooth tops and they'll be nice and strong. So if you go in the description box, you'll see the live classes. We got that one, and then we got the Parasoy one coming up. I don't even want to talk too much about the classes. I want to tell y'all about the replays. A lot of the replays is posted on my website with the candles that we made in the dessert candle class. What else? We got we got a lot of replays. We got the wick training replay. That was really good. That went on for like 2 hours. But I had 24 people asking so many questions. So it does not matter what kind of wax you have. That wick training is really good. It covers all waxes. I watch people post in those groups all day long asking questions about waxes. And I just be like, man, like, you know, if you had somebody to help you and to guide you and to show you what to do, you would not be going through as much as you're going through. I'm going to see if I can turn my phone. I don't think I can. I was about to say I can see if I can turn my phone the opposite way. But I guess it's probably too late for that. But yes, so what we're going to talk about tonight, I have a few things I want to talk about. One of the biggest questions I get is, you know, what wax do I need to go with? Like, you know, what is the best wax? What works? You know, what's going to work for my business? You know, how will I know that I'm choosing the right wax? A lot of people come out and they start doing this whole, you know, I'm gonna make a candle business thing. You know, their little, I'm gonna make a candle thing. I'm gonna launch a business, and they go to YouTube and they look up all the different people who make candles and stuff like that. And they go off of their recommendations because they believe that if they are making candles, then they're using the best and strongest wax. You know, first things first is deciding what candles you want to go with. I do one-on-one coaching. And inside that one-on-one coaching, what I normally typically do is I sit people down and I just take an assessment of where they are. I will ask them a question, and it will go on along the lines of, you know, where are you in the candle making industry? And they would say, I'm just starting, or I've been doing it for a year, but I just can't get my candles to cooperate, or, you know, or I'm just, you know, undecided, I'm indecisive, I'm just, you know, there are so many answers, like there's so many people with so many answers. And so because of that, you know, I'll just be like, okay, you know, then they'll be like, okay, I've been doing it for a while, but I've been using coconut wax. You know, I need a good hot throw. I need this, I need that, and I'm not getting this, and I'm not getting that. And then when I like ask them all these questions, I'll listen to little gaps in the conversation, and then I'll be able to kind of pick up and decipher what it is they actually want and what it is they actually looking for. So that's why the one-on-one coaching is important, because you may be that person who, you know, you might not do good in that crowd atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? You might just be the person who, um, let's say, I'm trying to say this the right way. It's not an easy learning thing for you. Like you might not learn, you might just need to be talked to one on one. Like you need to, you know, have that conversation with me. Group coaching is coming up next week, guys, and that's normally what we do in group coaching. We'll talk about you know, where you are, what's been your issues, your troubleshooting, your problems and stuff like that. We go over that kind of stuff. And in group coaching, we also go over like, you know, sales, and we talk about branding. You know, a lot of people don't know how to make labels and stuff like that. And websites, they might just have a crazy looking website, not getting no sales, not getting no traffic. Your cold throw, your hot throw. There's so many things we cover in group coaching that I can't never record it. Like this time we go live in group coaching, we're gonna have Raven Williams on with us, and Raven Williams has a candle making company, and she has 1,000 shares on some of her Facebook posts. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, hey Jen, we're going to go and we're going to let Raven come on that night, and we're going to pick her brain and find out some tips and tricks, like, you know, what it is that she's doing to get this incredible response on her Facebook page. You know, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about her coming on with us. And it's still, you know, you can still get under live classes and purchase the group's coaching session, and you'll get the link or whatever right away. And that way you can come and join us. But that's normally what we cover in, yes, and she has some very beautiful work. I admire Raven. You know, and Raven, you know, believe it or not, Raven was with me in my old group, and I tried to make Raven a gel teacher, like to teach gel candles, because she was really, really good at gel, and I recognized that she had a gift. And I was like, Raven, I'm like, I need you to, you know, I want you to drink. I mean, I need you to teach the gel class or whatever. And at that time, she didn't feel like she was ready. But, you know, what she said to me back then, she was like, man, you know, she thought it was awesome because she didn't know that, you know, I was just so open to sharing my platform with her. And I had to show her, I was like, hey, you know, I'm open to sharing it with anybody, but, you know, the a lot of things that transpired over time, I learned not to share it with everybody. You know, I learned some lessons in the industry that I did not learn until I got in this industry. So, but I was definitely open to sharing with her because I saw that she can really, you know, she had something that I didn't have. You know, I didn't have that skill with gel at the time. So I was like, man, she's not doing gel candles the way she used to, like back in the past. But when she first started, she was a bomb and a beast. She was a beast at gel candles, so much to the point where people in other groups was like jealous. And I never, like, I watch people and they have like, man, when they have skills like that, I be wanting to learn from them. Jealousy be far from my heart. I be like thinking in my mind, I'm like, yo, what did you do to get that? I want to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just my heart. I wasn't raised to be like that. So that's not a struggle for me. So it's always good to have people around you that got like they the bomb. She's better. Like I'm like, dog, you better than me. I can't do that. You know what I mean? But I can if I put my mind to it. I could do that. I could do all things. But when I see her doing it, look like it's effortless. You know what I mean? She just be laying it out. So she did that, and then I started seeing what's this is another. Yeah, I'm always learning. I'll never get to the point where I feel like I know it all and nobody can tell me nothing. If people didn't notice that when we have those group coaching sessions, I'm quiet. I get quiet. I won't be sitting there doing all the talking. I get quiet. I act. Jen been there. Hey, good to see you. Jen been there. She'll tell you, like, I'll be like, hey, this is so and so. She got this particular candle company, blah, 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 blah. Let's ask her some questions. And I just get quiet and I listen and I absorb. Because if you think in your mind that you know everything and nobody can tell you nothing, how can you get wiser? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a listener, and it's being slow to speak, quick to hear. And that's what I do. So when we had those group coaching, I don't be in there just like, oh, da 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 da. Yes, yes, that's what we do. I never sit there and just take over and be like, oh yeah, this is my group coaching. I'm just gonna teach everything. I'm like, no, it's way too many people that know far too much. Like I was looking at Charlie inside the Maple Street Candle group, and he said, "Do anybody know people who do labels?" He got his own company, and he's looking for people in the group to respond and say, "Hey, I do labels," or "Hey, so and so lightning labels, or this label or that label," and to see if he can get a cheaper deal. He didn't feel like, "Oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm a big company. I know everything." Like he was like, "I'm just going to ask people." So I never want to get to the point where don't ever get to the point where you just so big headed and you think you know everything and nobody can tell you nothing. And just be vulnerable. Just be open. Like those times when I may have something in the picture that's not right. Like, like my wig may be off and somebody notice it and be like, hey, Diamond, you didn't center that wig. I'm be like, dang, I messed up. I ain't gonna be like, like always just had that heart to just want to hear. Don't be prideful. I'm telling you, pride is a blessing blocker. The one thing that I know about pride is, it stinks. God hates pride. God hates pride. So if God hates pride, then that means that pride is just something that's just ugly. I remember I used to say that on Facebook, like, don't be so prideful. So yes, so moving on from that, I was talking about some of the things that I cover in those one-on-one coaching sessions. I was just talking to a young lady last week, and we pretty much launched her whole entire line. Yes, 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 yes. We pretty much launched her whole entire line. I gave her her jar. She didn't even know she had a candle supplier close to her. So she got all her jars. She got her wax. She got her wig sizes. I mean, I pretty much launched her whole entire line. And, I was looking up and I was like, dang, I said, I looked at all y'all because y'all noticed the increase in my prices on my website. I looked at everything I do and I was like, I'm launching y'all businesses. Like y'all legit going out here with the things that I'm teaching y'all and y'all building businesses, making money. And I was like, and I'm still sitting around here having $15 classes and stuff. So I ended up increasing my prices on my classes because I feel like everything that I'm teaching y'all is worth way more, far more than $50. Like far more than that. Like the stuff I was looking at different people websites and I was like, dang, she charged 300 and this person charged 700 and this person charged. I'm like, dang, but um, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I find the middle. Yes, all my classes are Zoom. I find that middle point where people can still be able to afford it because I don't want to get to the point where, maybe one day, I might get to that point where I just don't want to do it no more. And I'm like, look, the classes are 700, and if you really want to come, you really want to come. But like right now, I still want to make it in that middle point where it's still affordable for people. So we got the Parasoy class coming up, their Parasoy class. We got the Dollar Tree square jar. We got the status jar. We got the 3-wick tumbler from Bath and Body Works. Y'all would be sitting around testing that stuff for years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all learning how to make 5 jars at one time, how to wick all of those jars at one time, and not only know how to wick them, you gonna get a hot throw. You ain't never gonna sit in my class and follow my instructions all the way out and not walk away with a hot throw. I know you lying. If somebody contact me, it's one lady that contact me constantly on Facebook complaining about she not getting a hot throw. And I'm like, cause you're not following the instructions. I can say that confidently. Cause if you follow my instructions, you're going to get a hot throw. Ask all the people that's been rocking with me all this time. Ain't never, why would they be following me all this time if I was leading them down a hole? If I can't get rid of them and they in every class, why they there? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they clearly they launched, they got their own businesses because they know that they still picking up skills along the way. So that's what you get in those, like those coaching sessions and stuff like that. So we got the one-on-one coaching sessions, and we got the group coaching, which is next week, and we're gonna go into group coaching, and we pretty much going, find out. We're gonna get everything we need to know. We gonna find out everything we need to know. This is the time where we gonna pick the crap out of. We're gonna pick her brain. We're gonna pick her brain because if she up there getting 1,000 shares on a Facebook post, we don't even need to try to figure it out. We need to find out. So we are gonna get on there. Yes, she said it's a strong high throw. That's right, Jen. It's a strong high throw. We're not gonna try to get on there and try to figure it out. We're gonna ask her, and we're gonna find out, and we're gonna find out how. Because if you on Facebook and you selling your stuff on Facebook and you sitting there posting day and night and you only getting a few sales, and here she is posting stuff and making it sold out because everybody buying it up, tearing up her workshop and all that because she's selling out so much, what the heck is she doing? That's what we need to do. We need to sit down with people that know, and we need to take notes from them and learn from them. And I'm coming with my notebook. I'm actually going to record it because I want to be able to watch it again. Not because I'm giving it out for free. Not because after we finish, I'm going to send it to somebody, because I'm not sending out no more videos. So let me tell you guys what's coming down the pipe for me and Diamond Shine Soap and the videos and the replays and stuff like that. We're going to be there with our notebooks. We ain't playing Demeter. We coming straight ready. We coming ready. I'm coming with my, man, listen, I'm coming with my big notepad. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change up the way you guys get the classes from me. Like right now, you can still get the recorded classes and stuff like that on my website. But I'm going to go to a system where you guys will be able to unlock the classes and have a code, because some people put the wrong email in, and when they do that, it puts pressure on me, because I have to go and send you back an email before you start going crazy. You know what I mean? Because you didn't take your time out and fill out the form and put your right email in. So now you're going crazy on me because you didn't receive no classes, but it ain't my fault because you did the wrong thing. So I have to go and get another system that, so I can be kind of out of that whole loop. And just, have it to where as though, and then another thing was, I think like, what was it, like 3 nights ago? I mean, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I had somebody who got some, I don't even want to talk about that. I'm just going to put it like this. I think that we need a new system. First can I made, I had a bomb hot throw. Thanks, Diamond. Oh, you welcome. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. That's not a struggle for people who come out of those classes. We don't have that struggle where we sitting up there saying, oh, I'm not getting a hot throw. 8-ounce mason jars. Wait a minute. I think I got those already. Give me a second. Let me grab some. I started to have them on the table. That's how I know I don't be following instructions the way I'm supposed to. I think I got them already. Give me a second. And then you can let me know if this is the right one that you're talking about. or whatever. Okay, I think I got them. Oh Lord, if I drop these wax melts one more time, I'm just gonna leave that one on the floor. This is the 8-ounce mason jar. I've been burning this, so don't pay it no mind. But this one, is this it? Or you talking about the actual like mason, them little country school store jars? Like you talking about this? I don't know if this is what you're talking about. But if you do use this, you can come to that class. Because this class will fall along in that line with the rest of the stuff because it has the same diameter. So you can still come to that Parasoy class and you'll learn and get some skills from that. But let me know. This is what we did last weekend. We had our wax melt class, and baby, when I tell you, those my game melts. I made some pumpkin ones too, but I keep dropping them. I done dropped this thing and I done took 2 out of it. So now I gotta put it back. I gotta go put them on the warmer. But this is these are the game ones that I had made. I taught people how to make wax melts and how to make them super strong and super scented. It was called Break the Rules class. So if you came with the mindset of IFRA, or if you came with that mindset, then that class wasn't for you. But the people that came, they learned how to make some strong freaking wax melts. They came out, and it is a recording available under recordings. Yes. That Tamika said hers is giving a yes, mine's is too. These ones are so strong to the point like I can't even really like smell them too long because they are really in the it smell like real Gain, like laundry soap. They are real strong, and I was like, I'm gonna just send her these because I know she gonna be like, dang, these joints gonna blow the house up. And I tried to do something different. I didn't use like the candle dye. I used like some neon mica powder or whatever. Wendy, if you want to learn about all the waxes and everything we used and everything we did, you can go inside the description box and you can go under live. Click on the link, it's live classes, but you go into recorded classes and it's going to say replay, and that's how to make super strong wax melts or whatever. And it got all the waxes that we used on there. We used a lot of waxes. I used like 5 that day. And I taught people how. But this is the channel where I teach you guys how to do it. This is the channel you on. I teach you guys how to do it. I'm not up here like, I know how to do it. I know how to do it. No, I teach y'all how to do it. So we had a good time. I think we had about 50 people that day. We had about 50 people to come to that class that signed up. And I think about 45 people came. And we had such a good time. It was such a good time that I'm like, I can't wait for the next one. The next one, in that way, and then I got a printout now that I have to upload to the next class where, you guys could be able to come and, and have a printout for your records so I don't have to call the things out. Because that class I had to keep repeating over and over because it was so many people and I didn't want people to be lost. I didn't want people to miss it. I wanted everybody to be able to catch on and know exactly what to do. So I was pretty excited. And okay. Okay, she said she gonna come. Okay. Okay, she said that's Spooty. She said she gonna come to that class. Yeah, we had a really good crowd. And I'm talking about it was such a phenomenal, we had a great time. That was we had a really good time. It was somebody else in that particular class. Well, no, she was on there. She took a lot of notes for us. She helped us with a lot of the notes and stuff. It was hard. I ain't gonna lie. When I do the class again, I did it for like $18 and everybody came and had a good time. But next time, it's not gonna be an $18 class. It's gonna be definitely like $45, which is still good. You know what I mean? You're still getting a nice skill out of it. because it was really difficult, because it was just, it's different when it's about 10 people or something like that, but when you have about 50 people, you want to make sure everybody got it. And that was my biggest thing. Like, I was just so in my brain, like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Anybody got a problem? Anybody got a problem? Everybody got it. Did you get it? Did you so and so? You okay? This person, you okay? Like, that's how I am. I'm like, I want to make sure that you got it. I'm not the type of person that be like, all right, y'all better follow along or y'all get left. I'm not like that. I want to. I'm very like, I can get on your nerves. Like, did you get it? So yeah, so that, I mean, I pretty much talk about the classes and stuff. I came on here, we was talking about different waxes and stuff like that. I do want to remind people, when you're choosing your wax, you need to make sure that you are just saying like, okay, I'm choosing this wax because I'm making dessert candles. I'm getting a lot of coconut wax users. She said, I was on there, but I took notes. That's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you, Demita. So what I was saying was, coconut wax people is making dessert candles out of coconut wax. And I'm like, no, coconut wax people. Don't do that. Coconut wax is very different, okay? Coconut wax is a little bit more soft than regular soy wax. So it requires a different kind of wick. And so I was in a group the other day and I seen somebody struggling with a coconut wax candle in it because they was using a zinc wick. People really don't know. They just want to learn how to use it. So I'm working on a coconut wax class, but the only thing is it's the jars. I can't really have a coconut wax class and have just like some old average jars. Like, I just have to figure out like what jars will work best for that class, so everybody can be able to get them. You know what I mean? I don't know if people want to use the status jar. Like, I'm not sure. So I want to make sure that if I do this class, that I got good jars. And that wax is not really like the best wax that you want to work with, but it's just, some people like it. So I'm going to just start working with it a little bit more. But on from that, like I said, we're coming back together again this month. We're doing another dessert candle class and stuff like that. And y'all know that's what I'm famous for, the dessert candles. That's what put me on the map. And then this weekend, y'all know we're going to come back together again and do the 10 class. And if you need to have a 10 on your line, you need to be there. You need to be there this weekend. This weekend is for people who want to launch their line, but they don't want to have like the jars and stuff yet. They're not comfortable, but they just want to do it in a tin. So, that's who it's for. I'm trying to see if it's going to let me go live on here on my Facebook. And I'm going to go live, but I want to go live in my group. Okay, I'm going to go live in my group so we could talk a little bit more and I can get some questions from the people in the group. I just want to do some interactive stuff for people in the Facebook group as well. I'm trying to see if I can do it. Let me see, discard and exit. I'm going to go into the group because it's letting me go live, but I don't know. Amen. I'm glad to hear that, Spooty. That's what's up. Let's see. All right, so we got the Millionaire Candle Making Club. I don't be going live in that 464 group like that. All right, so this is letting me do a post. This is letting me do a live video. So I'm going to put go live, post in group, post to page you manage, post in group. So I'm going to select my other group. If I could go live in 2 groups, that would be so awesome. All right, let me see, post a group. Okay, I guess we're gonna go live. Which one y'all think I should go live in? Should I go live in the Millionaire Candle Making Club or the 464 group? Those people crazy in that group. Which one should we go live in? Because we're gonna go live in one of them. And we're gonna talk, and give me some topics too before we go live. Give me some topics so we can talk about those topics. I'm making y'all work before we go there. All right, so she said the millionaire. All right, she said the millionaire. Y'all too comfortable. Want to do everything in that one little group. Give me some topics. When we get on there, make sure y'all ready. Because I'm about to go live in there right now. I'm going to go select. Um, and I'm doing it from my computer. All right, and you can do screen share on here and everything. Wow, Facebook coming up. All right, I'm just typing the title in, Candle Making 101, and then I'm gonna put in the description. Oh, we can have a description and everything on here, so we doing a whole lot tonight. Yeah, no, let me tell y'all, the 464 group, them people in there, we be having to take out so much spam, y'all. They be having like so much spam in that group where they be putting all kinds of stuff. I love you. If you don't come on time to work, I love you. They put all, I mean, them folks is crazy in that group. So, you know, I be posting in there and stuff, but I be like, Lord, these people be they be trying to slide some stuff in. Then another thing is that they have a lot of sales posts. So it's a lot of people in there because they see 36,000 people. And because they see 36,000 people, they feel like they can just post in there. And I'm like, you can't just post in the group. Like, you know, like you can't just post your items that you have for sale. You have to come and get permission. So the biggest thing for me in there is, you know, people don't want to come and get permission or whatever. Hey guys, so I'm on live on my YouTube, guys, and I'm live here too. Let me fix my hair because I look like Diana Ross. It's all wild on here. Let me see if I can pull this down just a little bit. Okay, cool. It's not as bad as it looked. Okay, and it says video, create another event, expand video. Okay, so the only thing I don't see in this thing is a comment or whatever. It's not posting no comments. But hey guys, um, rate is too low. Recommend keyframe rate for the range of areas for the keyframe rate too low. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm gonna just click out of there and let's just leave it live. Okay, so it's working. Hey, good to see you guys. Yes, it's good to see you guys. So I'm live here and I'm live on YouTube. So I'm just gonna move this camera so I can pay attention to both of y'all at the same time, and I can kind of look up and look down and what have it. I'm sitting at the dining room table, y'all. Y'all know I got like a little dining room, picnic style type of table. It's a farmhouse table because the kids, honey, they be tearing up stuff. Um, it says current frame rate is too low. Please set the frame rate to 50 miles per, put the 50 something megabytes per second. I don't know what the heck that is. Facebook Live. Um, resolution. It's trying to make me change the resolution. So I don't know how to do that. But let me know if we still here. Hey, good to see you, Jamie. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. All right, so let me see if I could change anything. They trying to tell me to change the, let me see. All right, I don't see the way to change this thing. The low, it's saying video bit rate is too low. I don't know. I'll have to figure this out another day. Facebook, y'all trying to take me through way too much. All right, cool. Hey, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. So back to what we were talking about. We were talking about, I mean, we're covering a lot of stuff on YouTube. We talked about the groups coaching and stuff like that. We was talking about how we having our group coaching next week. And we were saying how the young lady that's coming to hang out with us, she's coming in, let me see, it's giving me this notice again. It says stream, settings of the stream. Okay, it's letting me take down the bandwidth of it. All right, let me see, keyframe rate too low. All right, I don't know what it's telling me to do, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. Hopefully it's okay. I don't know. We're going to have to figure this all out later. Me and YouTube going to have a come to Jesus moment. All right. All right, let me see if I can get this off the screen and get it back up here again. And open it back up. All right. All right, cool. Move this up here. Y'all know this thing is giving me some stuff. I ain't been on here before doing this. It's the first time I did a live video on here. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my dashboard. All right, here we go. All right, we back. All right, cool. All right, so we were talking about the young lady who's coming on here next week, and she's basically going to do group coaching, and she's going to help us. You know, she has over 1,000 shares on her, what is it, Facebook post that she make. And I was like, you know, anybody that has 1,000 shares, we need to learn from them. So we're doing that with the group coaching. We was talking about one-on-one coaching sessions. We was talking about our wax melt class that we did, and it was really nice. We had such a great time. Everybody that made their wax melts, they kind of posted them, and they told me that they got an improved hot throw. And not only did some people get an improved hot throw, they got the chance to make wax melts for the very first time. You know, they didn't even know how to make them. So we had such a great time. And now, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I ain't capping. Y'all know I'm not Captain D. These things smell strong. So I've picked out my favorite wax now. Y'all know what wax I use if you came to that wax melt class. If not, go ahead, get the replay. All of it is in the replay, or just come to the next one. Y'all know, listen, what wax I use, because 50 of y'all came to the class, and baby, when I tell you, that wax changed my life. I'm over the other waxes that I was using. I'm like, I found my wax and I'm just going to use it. But it was the wax that I was hating on before. But now I found a better fragrance and I'm like, okay, I can rock with this. I can rock with this. So we had a good time. Hey, Jen. And Lakeisha, hey, what you doing up, Lakeisha? How you doing? Yes, that's my friend Jen right there. Jen was another one who switched. She just switched her wax. You know, we were just talking about people who do dessert candles and stuff like that, you know, the issues that they have with the burn. And I want to make this announcement to Jen because she's on here, and I didn't get a chance to tell you this, Jen, but just know that the dessert candle won't burn like a regular candle, you know, because we do so much in these candles. They do not burn like regular candles. You know what I'm saying? They will never burn like a regular candle. So you have to be okay to tell your customer, hey, if it burns a little bit high, trim the wick. If it go out, like, cause you might have a cherry, bust the wick out and take the flame all the way out. So you let people know, hey, if the flame go out, relight it. This is not a regular candle. This is a novelty candle. And just being mindful of the type of waxes that you're using too, because coconut wax is not, I'm on YouTube, so I'm looking at both cameras. Coconut wax is not for dessert candles. If you want to use coconut wax for your base or something like that, it's going to burn entirely too hot. And if you're going to use the pipe, it's going to burn entirely too fast. So, and my best recommendation for the people who want to do dessert candles, 464 is always going to be the topping. Use the 464 and use the Parasoy for the bottom, okay? I used to say use this type of wax or use this type of wax for the base, but I started testing a lot of different Parasoy waxes, and I found a lot of waxes that I actually did like. So when I talk about waxes, let me tell you some of my favorites. One of my favorite waxes is, you definitely know 6006 is at the top of the list. That's the most easiest wax to wick. I have no problems, no complaints. It's 70% paraffin, 30% soy, so I will always love that wax. But when I come down to number 2, when it comes down to Parasoy waxes, and a lot of people don't even know this wax exists, it's called the VCS. It's the Virginia Candle Supply Parasoy. When I tell you, I ain't even got to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to let you see my face. And if I had some gum in here, I'd be eating that gum right now. I just pop it in my mouth and start chewing. Listen, that wax is nothing to play with. The Virginia Candle Supply Parasoy, and they ain't giving me no money because I talk too much trash about companies for them to give me anything. Because any minute I'm gonna flip on them, so they're not gonna give me. I ain't looking for nothing. because I'm always tell the truth. So you can't buy me. All the other people running around here that make candles and stuff, they kissing Aztec butt and all that kind of stuff, and kissing mid, and you know, all them kissing their shoes and all. I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So I don't need to make no friends. Okay, Nature's Garden. We ain't in the garden together. This ain't eating. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So their wax, it is really good. It took me about the first day I was kind of like, because I usually use 6006, so I was like, okay, the next day, I'm like, let me test the hot throw, let me test the hot throw. And I didn't get anything the next day. But on that second day, I got a phenomenal hot throw. I think I only used like 8% in there, didn't use 10%. And it's all about, you know, the temperatures, you know, because a lot of people will complain about not getting a hot throw, but you got to remember that you have to use the right temperature. You know, if you pouring your wax into, your fragrance into your wax, and it's really, really extremely hot and boiling, you know, you're not going to get a hot throw. So you understand what I'm saying? You guys you gotta make sure that whole recipe it's a recipe thing. It's almost like cooking a cake. You know, you gotta make sure your recipe is right. You know, if your recipe is not right, then your cake is off. You understand what I'm saying? Like you need to put more flour, you need to change this, you need to change that. There's a number of variables, and that's why it's good to come to group coaching. That's why it's good to come to one-on-one coaching sessions. That's why it's good to come to these candle making classes, because then you learn how to do it and you don't have to struggle with it. But those of you who think you're going to go up in a group and the group is going to change your life, the devil is a lie. Half of them people just came on here making candles yesterday. And they up here acting like, because there's some people in the world that just think they know a lot and they don't know nothing. So they going to come and act like they've been making these candles for years and, you know, tell you this and tell you that. And you be up there buying all these wicks. And then I sit down in the meeting with you. You're like, girl, I got so many wicks, because you was in them groups. You was in them groups and them people was leading you down the alleyway in New York, butt naked with a blindfold on. And then you ain't make it out right. So, you know, you got to be mindful. You know what I mean? You got to get amongst people that really know what they doing. Get amongst some people that really know what they doing. But, so that was at the top of my list, that Virginia Candle Supply Parasoy. I ain't going to hold you because I'm not a liar. You know, if I had to go and choose between that and Pro Blend 600, that's the wax I'm going to choose. I'm going to tell you why. Because Pro Blend 600 is a good wax, but because I work with so many waxes, I can smell the wax. So you got the waxy smell, you know what I'm saying, with Pro Blend 600. It's like a wax, I can smell it, but it's still good. It's a good wax to give you a strong high throw. And if you really have not had that experience with working with many waxes, you won't be able to smell it. You know what I mean? To you, you'd be like, oh, okay, it smells good, it's really strong. Pro Blend is really strong. But the Virginia Candle one, I didn't have no backbite. Like, it was no kind of smell, like in the back, like, you know, it was really good. And it was like a 2-day cure. And then on top of that, it comes in a pellet form. So I did kind of like that a little bit, because I didn't have to cut it up with a butcher knife and get all sticky and icky all over my hands. And, you know, and all I was doing was, you know, passing the cup, you know what I mean? Just taking the cup, putting the cup inside the bag and scooping it out. I like that a little bit better. That was a little bit more clean to me. And when I got to the bottom of the bag, I got mad. I got angry. I was like, it's over? You mean to tell me this is over? So if I had to choose between I have to choose between, like, at the top of my list, I got 6006 is number one. Number two, and these are the waxes to get you a strong hot throw. Number two is the Virginia Candle Supply Parasoy. Number three, these are my choices. They don't have to be your choices, so don't come on here with that crazy stuff, because I don't do it. But these are my choices. And then the number three, Pro Blend 600. ProBlend 600 is easy for people who just coming from the soy world and they just been testing and using soy for a long time and they need a hot throw. It's very soft. It's softer than 6006. If you pipe it, you'll notice that it don't get hard. It really don't get hard. It's like really, really soft. I got something for that. Yeah, so it gets, it don't get really hard. So you know that it's not like, it's really soft or whatever. So it's good for people who just transitioning from soy wax to Parasoy. And they just don't have to like really fight with the wicks. Like, like, oh my God, I got to wick down twice or 3 times or whatever. So I like that. So that's number 3. Number 4 at the list with the Parasoy, I would say Joy Wax, number 4. Joy Wax will come in at number 4 because Joy Wax, I don't like it. I think that Joy Wax use more soy than paraffin, like way more soy. And so because of that, it take you extremely long to get a hot throw. And most people that's coming to a Parasoy, they want to smell it right away. So it took me like 7 days just to get a hot throw with that Joy Wax. So that's why I told you that dumb people, no, they not about to get me no kind of nothing. Because that's what they don't like. They gonna be like, she ain't lying for us. So, I ain't, But the moment y'all see me with they stuff, then y'all know I'm a liar. I'll be like, going on over there and get this from the Nature's Garden. No, I ain't about to do that. But, so I don't like it. I really don't. Now, when it comes down to their fragrances the bomb. I like the fragrances. I do like a lot of their bath bases, like they, the bath whip, the foaming bath whip. So if you want to make like the foaming sugar scrub, that kind of stuff like that. You can go to them and get that kind of stuff, like the bases for like your soap products. I like them for that kind of stuff. So they good with that, but when it come down to that, now the Pillar of Bliss, I do like it. I do like the Pillar of Bliss. At first, I thought Pillar of Bliss was trash, but I got to use it 2 times. I ain't even gonna answer that question. My sister, Miss Chamberlain, I'm just gonna let them in the chat answer your question, because y'all know I got a whole speech for these Amazon. The Amazon people, y'all be struggling with them darn candles, and I know that you want a hot throw. I see it in your eyes. But Amazon is hating on you, boo. They don't want you to get a hot throw, so they just selling you anything. But anyway, I do like it. I do like it. The Pillar of Bliss. I thought it was horrible. I was like, man, I don't like this stuff. But I ended up like, using it, and I used it with my own recipe. I don't like it with the recipe that they recommend, because you can't smell them, the wax melts. You have to kind of use your own recipe, and then, I like it that way. But, so we got somebody that said, I love your candles. I love you too. And I thank you for saying that about my candles. You one of my faves. It says, y'all leaving me behind on the wax. Hey, Kanika, how you doing? And then it says, what's the 923? Was it the 923? No, it wasn't. It says, love your can. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. The Amazon, that's a question. Okay, so we got a question. Is Amazon good for supplies? That's a question. And it's not. You want to run away from Amazon, because Amazon is just a place to buy things like, this. A t-shirt. Some lingerie. Amazon is not good for stuff like this. They do sell like some candle making kits and stuff like that, but it's just a play. It's something for your kids to get and sit at the table and to play with, and and to have a dollhouse after they finish playing with it. And because we not expecting to get a hot throw out of that. Of course not with that little vial of oil. I mean, the little vial is smaller than this little bottle of Motrin, and it's not good enough for that. So if you want some good tins that you can burn, look how we burnt this thing down. We burnt it down to the ground, honey. We tore this thing up all the way. This was a good tin. When you burn it down this low, I get my silicone molds from Amazon too, some of them. Not the good ones, like not nothing like this, or not like pineapples and cherries and stuff like that. I don't get that from Amazon, but I get like little stuff like waffle and that's okay, or something like this, some alphabets, something like that. That's fine. Other stuff I would not. I'll stay away from them for my supplies. But the people on here in the group, they will tell you all about Amazon. They know me. They've been following me for a very long time, and they know that Amazon is definitely on my list of don't waste your money. Okay, I got my tins from Amazon too. These came from Amazon, so you get some stuff from there. This is my favorite. I made a lemon and cherry. I wanted to kind of mimic like my growth. See, growing up, I had a lot of water ice. I grew up on water ice. If you from Philly, you're a water ice baby. And so I was like, I want to put my water ice in a tin. So this is what this is. I mix lemon and cherry because that's my favorite flavor. And I was like, I can't wait to. I've been holding off on burning it though. I'm like, I don't want to burn it. I don't want to burn it because I just want to just burn it and just that kind of thing. Yes, everything except wicks and fragrance. That's what Jen said. So you got to stay away from the wicks, and you definitely better run from their fragrance. I do know that they have Virginia Candle Supply as one of their suppliers on there. Virginia Candle Supplies do sell wax on there. They do sell fragrance on there. I'm not a big fan of their fragrance, but I know it can give you like some kind of hot throw. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as Aztec, but so they do have that on there. They do have like, but don't buy the wax because the wax say 464, not the Virginia Candle because they're not scammers. Yes, Pam, you better have those tins. They not scammers. They not scammers. But there are some scammers on there that do put label their wax as 464 and it's some old China wax, like some wax that came out of China, and we don't know what it is. It ain't even got a number. It's just some flakes, So you got to be careful with that, or whatever. But moving on from there, I gotta because I gotta leave you guys with some stuff that we about to be doing. So this weekend, y'all know if y'all want to make a 10, y'all better come on to class. And that's on diamondshinesoap.com. You can go into live classes and get to the class. And if you cannot make it, it's live classes and it's also recorded classes. If you did not make this super strong wax melt class, do not cry. We have a replay that's up and available so you can learn how to make some super strong wax melts. And we did coconut wax, we did soy wax, we did parasoy, and we did paraffin. So we covered all of those waxes inside this one class, and we did soy, and we had such a phenomenal time. You're gonna learn so much. It's a 2 hour video, but you'll get your instructions fast and you can get off. I gave out all the instructions and pretty much went step by step. And for the people that got the dessert candle passion, you can come along and do your dessert candles with us as well. I believe we have a class coming up this month. If not, you can look and you can get a recorded class too. But I'm going to tell y'all what's the best class to buy right now. If I'm going to tell y'all all the classes on there, and I'm going to give y'all my recommendation, the wick training. The wick training is the best class to buy because a lot of people do not know how to wick a candle. And you can keep running like Sonic the Hedgehog, and you can keep busting your head on the tree, and you can keep putting 99 wicks inside the candles, trying to figure out which one gonna work, which one not gonna work. Or you can go to that class, get straight to the point, learn how to wick that candle. I also give out a recipe where I tell you guys how to, what temperatures to pour to get smooth tops. I tell you guys what temperatures to pour to get a strong hot throw. I teach so much in that wick training, and whereas though it's so valuable for the new beginner. It is so valuable for the new beginner and also those people who've been sticking around for a while. Yeah, she said, now I know I get my soy wax from them when I'm making my squeezable. I'll use some squeezable wax the Mita yesterday. Was it the day before yesterday? I asked my husband. It was like the day before yesterday, and it had my kitchen lit up. And I told him, I said to him, I said, listen, if I ain't do nothing right in my life, I know when I gave out that squeezable wax melt recipe and I posted that video and I told people to do that, that is a very good recipe. That's another one. That squeezable wax melt recipe, it ain't nothing to play with. It ain't nothing to play with. It smell so good. Everybody I know used that recipe. I ain't even gonna hold you. If I can go back and see how many times I sold that recipe, it had to be about 1,000 times. Um, it's on my website or whatever, but it really is on the YouTube video. I connected it to YouTube, so I get a lot of people from YouTube buying it. So I know I had to sell that, and guess what? Out of all of those sales, because I know I got like 1,000 sales, like I sold that recipe a lot. I never had one person complain. And I'm telling you the God honest truth. Like, only thing I ever had on that recipe was people to come back to me because they did not know how to measure out 8 ounces and they wanted to double their recipe. So they needed to know, like, if I wanted to make 3 batches, you know, what do I have to do? And I'd be like, okay, 16 ounces and then use this amount of fragrance. So they need me to kind of write out the recipe for them. When I used to have time, I used to do stuff like that, but now I don't. Um, but, you know, those people know they have a good recipe. That recipe, I never had complaints. Nobody ever said, I can't smell nothing. Never. And I don't lie. That is, listen, never, never. So yeah, that's like my favorite. I just did that the other day. I had just had some squeezables in the kitchen, and I just squeezed it out because I think that's cherry. I like cherry, so I had like a cherry recipe or whatever. That's something good to do for people who just brought soy wax in the beginning of their journey. You know, you could have brought soy wax in the beginning of your journey and you discovered that this is not my wax. I like my wax to be a little bit stronger. Or you could just be in that journey right now and you saying like, okay, I don't like soy wax. It's not strong enough for me. I'm not getting a hot throw. I can smell it when it's cold, but when I start burning it, I don't smell anything. If that's you and that's been your problem, and you like, I'm ready to get away from this wax, then you know that, you know, it's soy wax. You don't want to waste it. So you can easily turn this into a squeezable wax melt recipe. You can always turn it into a squeezable wax melt recipe, and you're not wasting it. You know what I'm saying? You still got it. You're not wasting it. So, um, you know, this is good for those kind of people because I know a few people that I'm dealing with right now. They came in with 464 and now they changed their mind. So, guys, I ain't gonna hold y'all up long. It's 7:18. I do want to let people know that one-on-one coaching sessions. If you're still struggling and the group style is not enough, one-on-one coaching session. You can find it at the top of the group, very top of the group, or on the front page of my website. Scroll down to the bottom. It will say book now. I'm gonna look at these comments. It says, "That's me. That's why I said I'm doing melts. LOL." And she said, "Hey, Judith. Hey, how you doing?" And Pam said, I have those tins. I have those tins. Yes. Yes. I love the wax melts. We had such a wonderful time in that wax melt class. Oh my God. I can't say that enough. I cannot say that enough. We learned so much. Most people are launching and moving forward. I'm excited about it. I was out, when was it, last weekend or something like that. And I think I was just like smelling candles and stuff. And I was like, man, you know, it's just the joy of like, you know, just seeing and smelling candles and stuff. And I'm like, man, you know, people actually out here selling these candles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's exciting. Like, wow, seeing people launch and go forward. And so that's what I've been seeing a lot lately. Like, a lot of people just been like launching their business back to back, posting their websites. I do believe it's such a great idea to post your website inside of the Facebook group to kind of, you got 2,500 people who can tell you something. Because remember, we eat some things, but we don't eat all things. Yeah, so we got 2,500 people that can come and be like, hey, I love the website, it's beautiful, or hey, I love it, you could do this or you could do that. So I think that's good to get opinions from people. some valuable opinions, and then, you know, you got your haters too, so you better make sure you don't take everything in, but you take all of it with a grain of salt, you know, and that's it. All things don't have to go down into you, so don't just, yeah. The scoopable wax melt recipe, I like it, but I like the squeezable better. I'm being honest. I like the squeezable better, but some people like the scoopable because it's cute. But I like the squeezable because I just like the squeezable because it's less like I just can go and just squeeze it in there and keep it moving. So she, how do you stop changing jars? I don't know what you mean by that. You always got a new jar. You always got a new jar. Demisha, I seen you with a 3-wick tumbler one day. Seen you with a straight-sided jar 2 weeks later. You be always changing jars. They be looking good though. They be looking good. But I think the biggest thing is, you know, once you find a jar that fits your brand and you can get a perfect burn out of it. Like for me, these were the ones, like the straight-sided clear ones, the salsa. I fell in love with these because I know what I'm gonna get every single time. Like these little jars may look little, like, you know what I mean, like, oh my god, they small. Or this one, you know, this one might be, oh my god, that's small. I know what to expect out of it when it burns. So I honestly used to just go with what I can expect out of a jar, and then I would use the rock glasses. I was using the rock glasses for a while. I knew what to expect out of those. And then I started using the apothecary jars, and I really found out that the apothecary jars are not really that good. When I say they're not good, like they're good jars, don't get me wrong, but for candle making, they're not really good for candle making because once you go down in that jar, it's either going to give you some tiny flames because of the air circulation inside the jar. And I've seen this problem. Like I had this problem, another person had this problem, and I started seeing this problem a lot in the groups. So I know that that jar is a problem. Like it's a problem. So, you know. But anyway, you know, you just find something that works for your business. And I like the Candle Science straight sided tumbler jar. A lot of people struggle with that jar. They struggle wicking that jar. Um, the best thing to do for that particular jar, because it's so wide open, is to double wick it and make desserts in it. You know, but you would have to use 2 very small wicks just to be able to keep it from not getting so hot. But anyway, that's a wick training situation. Some of y'all already know that. Some of y'all don't. But that's, I just gave you a nice little chicken McNugget. Go ahead and eat it and dip it in some barbecue sauce. Yes, she said, I go, yes, 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 yes. I try not to have so many. Like when my husband came, he put a plug-in in the wall, and I was like, oh Lord, another scent. I'm like, he gonna learn sooner or later. This is not the plug-in house because there's too much smells going on in here. He know. Yeah. You have, listen, too many smells. My house says like smell in this room, smell in that room, smell in this room. You go and wake up in the morning, you smell Fruit Loops in the bed because I got a candle sitting next to the bed, so you just smell the cold throw, you know, coming off that candle. So, you know, you just gonna smell some stuff, you know. And then my table is full of candles. Like you can see, it's candles everywhere. So you got the table full of candles. You gonna smell some stuff up in here. You definitely gonna smell some stuff. Well, you guys, I enjoyed being live with you guys tonight, talking about the various things that we talked about, all of the topics. I want you guys to go ahead and go to my website, diamondshinesoap.com. Go to the live videos. I mean, not the live, the recorded videos, and you get the classes that we had previously, the dessert candle class, the wax melt, all that kind of stuff. And then the live classes where you can see what's coming up. And we have some amazing things coming up. I will not be doing no early bird specials or no kind of specials on my classes for a while because we have had, since the whole summer, we've had 15 and 10 and $7 classes, and that is over. That was a nice summer. We had a good run, but now we got to get to some serious prices, okay? So we are finished with that. So don't say I'm not going to buy the class because I'm looking forward to a deal. I'm not doing any more deals. Like, this is our winter prices, and we're gonna keep it at that. So, you gotta avoid the Salvation Army jars. I think the Salvation Army jars, we talk the Salvation Army jars, these square jars at Dollar Tree. Not the ones that the square Libby cube, but these are like, they got a little twist top to go on them. I think they fall in line with the Apothecary. It's like once they get down inside of the jar, because it got the same kind of thing. Once they get down inside of the jar, it's gonna self-extinguish, it's gonna get too hot, or it's gonna go out. I think they all, because of the way the jars are shaped, the shape play a major role in the burn of the candle. And I'm learning, I'm still learning, and I learned that. Like, let's say I was to put a candle in this jar. You know, while it's all the way up here, it probably will burn fine because it can still come out. But as it go down to the bottom, because of the way the jar is shaped, it's going to self-extinguish. You know what I mean? And if I wick it up too much to get it to not self-extinguish, then it's going to burn too hot. So it's just, all jars are not good for candles, you know, depending on how it's shaped. So that's, you know, that's something that we learning together, because I just learned that too. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. I'm going to end this live video on Facebook. My YouTube people, I love you guys. I thank you so much for being so supportive. Don't forget to join us for the live classes and stuff like that. I'm going to get off of here, take me a shower, and lay down. All right. Let me end it on YouTube.